We had lived in Pakistan for about 2 years, serving Afghan refugees and also poor Pakistanis. This was soon after September 11th. This was March 2002.
We were in Islamabad, Pakistan, during the church service, and all of a sudden I hear these sounds in the back.
Crack, crack. Sounded like firecrackers or something.
And I was a bit annoyed. I thought, how dare you, play this prank, coming into the church and just do that to annoy us, I guess. And then as I turned my head and looked towards the back of the church, I saw how people started to be, maybe not quite a panic yet, but there was motion in the back. People would get up from their chairs and turning towards the exit, and slowly I started to realize this is something much more severe.
I tackled her and our son onto the ground. Soon after that, there was a huge explosion.
This is, life and death. Everything was, dusty, dirty debris and acidy smoke that was in the air. Total chaos.
Later we found out it was a suicide bombing. The previous explosions were hand grenades. There were 6 hand grenades thrown. 3 went off, 3 didn't go off.
And I just started to realize, I'm like, I'm wounded or something, because I'm bleeding on my left side quite a bit, and my clothes are ripped and stuff, and my arm is really bleeding.
We were able to get a lift in the back of someone's car to go to the correct hospital.
And I had surgery done immediately.
She had shrapnel wounds in her chest and along her leg, a dozen places where shrapnel had entered her body.
I have a piece of shrapnel went all the way through my arm, in one end, out the other end, and shattered my bone and cut my ulnar nerve, actually. It was significant. It was quite severe. And at one point they actually thought that they would have to amputate, the lower part from the elbow down. They went in, opened it up, and actually looked what was happening and cleaned it out. They wrapped it, and then I got a cast.
Initially, I called Talent Trust and told them what had happened. Right after that, they said, we'll handle everything. We'll handle evacuating you out of the country. They didn't feel Pakistan was a place she could get the best care and treatment.
So we were then medically evacuated to Switzerland after a few days. Talent Trust, they were really very quick to respond, very helpful, didn't cut corners. We were sent a nurse from Singapore. She came to Islamabad and she stayed with us all the way till we arrived safely in Switzerland. So I was there in the hospital 10 days, stayed in Switzerland for about another 2 months and had some heavy-duty physical therapy. Because I still can grab, hold, write, open things. So I'm really happy about that. And it's a bit of a miracle, I say. Yeah, definitely.
We really appreciate Talent Trust. It is like we have a personal relationship with Talent Trust, and they have served us very well.
Talent Trust totally put us at peace, and enabled us to focus on the procedures, on the healings of just going day by day forward, with life, not having to worry about all this logistics or tons of forms and authorizations and all. It was very smooth. It really was. It was very smooth, and it felt quite personal. It felt like we didn't just deal with some anonymous sort of agency sort of thing, but very personal, very personal.
It just feels like they're part of our team. They serve us, and they allow us to really do what God has on our hearts.